Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. June, Matt, Ginny came inside without knocking the door, but so a few people were there. Go outside. Jin, I'm busy right now. I'm discussing very important topic with my team. June picked a laptop which was on the table and threw it on the floor. I said go. Everyone got scared to see June's anger and immediately left. June was still sitting on the chair and looked at June calmly. June threw the papers on his face. June, what's this nonsense? With whose permission you gave this advertisement? Jin picked the paper from the floor and swatched. Kim Sok Jin doesn't need to take anyone's permission before doing anything. I am free to do anything. June angrily went to him and held his chair and straight looked at his eyes. Do you know its consequence? It will bring huge storm. Jin chuckled. Like I care. June held his jaw. I won't answer in simple words. I am not in mood to hear any nonsense. Tell me, why did you do this? Harshal left his jaw. You want to buy a boy? Seriously, buy? What's wrong with you? Jin, yes, I want, and guess what? I got very good deal. Tonight I will final the deal. June, no, you won't final the deal. If you do this, then it will not good for you. I'm warning you, stop it right before you destroy everything because of your so-called ego. Jin, it's too late, Junie. The arrow has been left from the bow. Now nothing can happen. Stood up and about to go. June held his hand and again threw it on the chair. Sit here. I'm not yet. Jin, if you weren't my husband, then you wouldn't have been alive till now to commit this misbehavior. June, do you think I'm scared of you? Jin, I don't think you should be scared of me. June turned around and pulled his hairs. Ah, Ginny, what should I do with you? Jin, love me? Held his hand. I took this decision after thinking a lot. Trust me, it will be good for everyone. June, no, it won't be. When tonight Yoongi will return back and find you brought a boy for him, he will burn everything, including you and me. Jin, chill, nothing will happen like this. Yoongi never disobey me. June, Yoongi hates love and marriage. Why are you forcing him? Why can't you just leave him alone? Jin stood up. I can't. He's my younger brother. I can't let him die like this. We have each other to share our pain, but he's alone. He also deserves a true companion who can understand his unspoken words just like we understand each other's unspoken words. June, you are doing the biggest mistake. You are ruining an innocent boy's life. Yoongi will never give him anything. Jin, he will. Trust me, I found the best boy for him who can turn him human from monster. June, then you should let him marry. This buy and sell looks so cheap. Jin, Yoongi won't ready for marriage. June, that's what I'm trying to make you understand. Jin, whatever. You broke the laptop which has very important presentation. I want that presentation in 2 hours. Left. June laid his hand on the table and threw all the things which were on the table. Ah! Why isn't he ready to listen me? Jimin, no, please don't do anything to him. I'm ready to do anything. Just leave him. Sign on the papers with trembled hand. See, I already signed the documents. He didn't ask for this life. He didn't deserve this fate. But fate doesn't ask, it takes. Jimin, meet him. He's my husband, Kim Namjoon. Jimin, 490 degree. Hello, sir. June smiled. You can call me Jun Hyang. Jin and me, Jin Hyang. Here you will get everything, all the luxury. You can live your life like a queen. This is your mansion. Here only you and Yoongi live. I just want to hear from you. That's it. June shocked. Here. Jin showed him his hand. Just give me Yoongi's hair. In return, I will fulfill your any wish. Jimin slowly looked at him. I can ask anything? Jin, anything. I will fulfill it. But remember, and here. Now we are going. Yoongi will be here in no time. Go and wait in his room. His room is in upstairs, right side first room. Namjin left from there and Jimin was sitting in Yoongi's room. He wasn't thinking about Yoongi or anything. He was thinking about the deal. Jimin, he said he will fulfill my any wish if I give him an ear. You shouldn't be worrying. Very soon I will bring you back. Please don't scare and be strong. I will protect you. For that, if I have to do anything, then also I won't hesitate. He was lost in his own world, but soon came back to reality when he was dragged and thrown out of the room. He slowly looked upward and got scared to see the person with red eyes, messy hairs, and sweating face. He was looking so scary. Jimin trembled a little. Jimin, Yoongi? Yoongi, yes, Min Yoongi. Listen to me very carefully. I don't know what deal you have with my Hyang. I don't care. Just stay away from me and my things. Here are so many rooms. Sleep wherever you want. But don't you dare to come into my personal space. About to lock the door. Jimin immediately stood up and held the door. No, please, Jin Hyang told me to give him an hair. Yoongi looked at him with narrowed eyebrow. Here? And from you? You seem like so desperate. Forget it, my shadow won't touch you. Pushed him and locked the door on his face. Jimin banged the door. No, 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 please. Don't do this. It's about an hair. I promise I won't show you my face again. Please, just do me a favor, please. He was thrown into a palace of gold with a heart full of cracks. He didn't know yet the man he feared the most would be the one who gives him everything he lost. Time skipped after 2 days. 2 days passed. Jimin tried his best to talk with Yoongi and fulfill Jin's demand, but Yoongi wasn't interested in him. He always pushed him away. Now you must be thinking why Jimin is so desperate to with Yoongi. Soon you will find out. Today Yoongi was in his room and drinking. Jimin gathered some courage and went to him to tell his secret. So he passed inside the room without permission. Yoongi glared at him. You are braver than I thought, entering without permission. Jimin trembled by his scary glare. Please fulfill Jinhyang's wish. Yoongi looked at him. Why so desperate? What's your hidden motive? Jimin, I kneeled down on the floor in front of him. Yes, I'm so desperate. I don't have any other choice. Yoongi raised an eyebrow. Speak clearly. What do you want to say? Jimin cracked voice. I have a son. Yoongi stood up. What? You already have a son? How dare you to hide that from me? Jimin, I didn't hide anything. They told me if I didn't obey them and submit to you, then they will kill him. Please accept me. I can't lose him. He is just too and sick. He needs me. I don't have any other choice. It's been 2 days since he lived without me. I don't know how he is. He can't stay without me. Please help me. I will do anything, whatever you want. Please do me a favor. Burst into tears. Yoongi, burning eyes. Jin Hyang. Glass broke in his hand. Hyang threatened you and snatched your son. Jimin looked at him and shook his head carelessly. No, Jin Hyang didn't know anything. Yoongi, then Jimin, my step parents. Will you help me to get him back? But before Jimin could complete his sentence, Yoongi left from there by holding the bottle of liquor. He didn't say a single word and looked at Jimin. He just left by slamming the door. Jimin, more scared. Did he get angry? Will he complain to my step parent that I didn't obey him? No. I have to stop him. Yoongi stood up and about to run, but broken piece of glass along with alcohol pierced in his foot and he fell on the floor. Blood started flowing from his foot. I'm sorry, baby. Mama is so sorry for not protecting you, baby. Please forgive Mama. Started crying while curled up like a ball. Sometimes the strongest hearts break the quietest, and the scariest men hide the deepest scars. He didn't speak that night, but he heard more than Jimin knew. Time skipped in the morning. Yoongi didn't return back since the night. Jimin was still on the floor with red puffy eyes and messy hair. He couldn't sleep whole night. He was so scared for Cookie. He was crying mess. His shirt was soaked by his tears. Glass piece was still in his foot, but Jimin didn't care. All he cared about his 2-year-old son. Suddenly, he heard a fainted, cheerful voice. The voice was similar. He somehow stood up and ran to living room. Mama, Mama, Mama. Jimin ran to him. Cookie kneeled down on the floor and hugged him tightly while pecking all over his face. Cookie, how are you, baby? Cook wiped Jimin's tears by his tiny baby hands. Cookie good. Cookie miss Mama. Jimin kissed on his body palm. Mama missed Cookie too. How did you come here? Cook. Cookie, come, Tata. Took out a candy from his pocket and showed him. Dada, Cookie candy. Tishti tishti. Cookie eat. Mama share. Jimin shocked. Dada. Cook pointed his finger on Yoongi, who was smiling to see them. Dada. Put the candy in Jimin's mouth after unwrapping it. Mama, happy. Tishti candy. Saw Jimin's foot, which was bleeding. Mama hurt. Yoongi saw Jimin's foot and immediately left from there and came back with first aid kit. He made Jimin sit on the couch and kneel down in front of him and placed his foot on his thigh to check his foot But Jimin hesitated. Jimin tried to pull back his foot. Yoongi, what are you doing? Leave me. Yoongi, shh, let me check. How did you hurt your foot? Jimin, don't know. Cook gave him bandage. Dada, Mama, pain, go fast. Yoongi wiped the blood with the help of cotton and found there was a glass piece. He gave Cookie his mobile by turning on flashlight and pulled out the glass piece with the help of plucker. Jimin didn't flinch and hiss. He was looking at Jungkook, who were busy in doing dressing. Cook kissed on his foot. Mama, pin, go. Yoongi looked at Cookie. Cookie, go and see your new home. Cook, Uti, Mama, Cookie come, Mama no go, Uti. Jimin smiled. Uti. Cook happily left. Yoongi sat beside him. Are you alright? Is it still hurt? Jimin looked at him. No. Thank you so much for bringing him here. Hugged him tightly. Yoongi patted his back. It's okay. He will always stay with you. Do you know, I brought him from orphanage. Jimin heart dropped. Orphanage? I obeyed them, but still they sent him orphanage. Yoongi, who is Cookie to you? And why did your step-parents sold you? Jimin, because I was just a burden. When Jin Hyang offered them money, they sold me. Since childhood, they treated me in worst way. I was their free servant. 2 years ago, I was returning back from the market with grocery. In a dark alley, I found Cookie wrapped in plastic layers. He was crying in very low voice. There was no one. He was so small, just few days old. I couldn't leave him there to die, so brought him with myself. But my step-parent didn't accept him. They tried to throw him, but I saved him. Since then, he is staying with me and calling me Mama. He is so weak, he easily falls sick. He needs proper food, but I couldn't give him that. Yoongi patted his cheek. Don't worry, here he will get everything. Don't be sad. Have you eaten anything yet? Jimin slowly shook his head. No. Yoongi, it's alright, I will cook. Shouted Cookie, do you want to eat? Cook ran to him while Yes, Cookie, hungry? Yoongi, then sit here with your mama. I will prepare the food. Cook held his pinky finger by his full hand. Cookie, help Tata. Mama, yes. Cookie, Tata, come tasty food. It wasn't love at first sight, but it was healing at first hug, and the smile he never gave anyone else. He didn't bring a little boy to home. He brought the little bundle of joy who called him Dada. Time skipped after few days. Few days passed. Min Yoongi, who hated to share his personal space, now happily shared it with Cookie. Min Yoongi, who was known for his madness and cruelty, brought chocolates, candy, and balloons whenever he returned back at home. He knew two cute little legs were walking back and forth at the entrance and waiting for him. Jimin, Cookie, come and sleep. Cook, while walking back and forth. No, Cookie, sleepy, Dada, chocolate. Jimin, you. Doorbell rang. Cook happily started jumping. Yay, Dada came. Mama, door open. Try to pull the door. Jimin, wait, let me open the door. Stop jumping like monkey. Open the door. Cook quickly hugged his legs. Dada! Jungi ruffles his hairs. You are still awakened? You should have slept till now. Jimin, he was waiting for you. Cook put the hand inside Jungi's pocket while standing on his toes. Dada, no candy? Looked at him with sad, complaining pout. Jungi took out a big chocolate from his coat's pocket and gave him. Here is your chocolate. Cook happily took his chocolate. Yay, chocolate! Hugged Yunmin's legs and happily left to his room. Jimin, I'm serving you dinner. Jungi, no, I don't want. Go and sleep with Cookie. It's already very late. Jungi was sitting near the pool and drinking. Jimin came there and sat beside him. Jungi, without looking at him, why are you still awakened? Jimin, I can ask same question to you. Jungi, don't you know I'm a mafia? You can't question me. Jimin, you are my son's dada. You aren't scary. You are only pretending. You have a beautiful heart, but you are hiding it behind your cold, dark aura. Do you wanna share anything? Jungi, no, sipped his drink. Jimin, you know, I was just 8 years old when I lost my parents. My step-parents brought me to their home. I was happy to know that I got new parents. They loved me so much and took care of me like their own son, but all that care was for my property. It was a trap. Once they got my property, they started showing their true colors. One day I tried to speak for myself and they burnt my hand. I was crying, but they didn't feel mercy on me. When I found Cookie, I decided to give him the love which I couldn't get. I accepted my fate. Jungi, I was 14, very shy and innocent boy. I was a normal boy. I had a happy family. One day, few people came in my house. They were injured. My dad was a doctor. He allowed them in our house. My mom served them food, but my parents, in front of my eyes, my mom hid me in the trunk. My parents trust them and humanity, but in return, they got terrible death. Jinhyang's dad was my dad's patient. When they found out, he immediately adopted me and took me in their house. Jinhyang always treated me like his own brother, more likely his son. I had the trauma. I started hating humanity. I stopped trusting people. I don't know when anger took over me and I became the monster. When I went to orphanage to bring Cookie, he called me Dada. At that moment, my heartless heart again started beating. When I saw you and Cookie, I saw my mom in you. The way you cried for him and ready to do anything, it reminded me how she hid me in trunk. She had the choice to run away and save her life, but she chose to protect me. Jimin wiped his tears. Jungi, sometimes fate didn't give us what we want, it gives us what we need. Just like I never want to come here, but I came. You protected me and Cookie. You were my destiny. Jungi looked at him, and you were mine. If you didn't come in my life, then I would never got a son like Cookie who filled my life with happiness. He closed his eyes and leaned towards Jimin. Jimin closed his eyes too. Their lips met and they unknowingly shared a warm kiss. Some relations are made by pain. You don't need to speak a single word. Your presence was enough to make them realize that they aren't alone. They were kissing, but suddenly they heard Cookie's voice and pulled away. Cook, while rubbing his eyes, Dada! Climbed in Yoongi's lap and slept. Yoongi looked at him and smiled. He came here to sleep. Jimin, he just want your warmth. Yoongi looked at him. And you? Jimin didn't say a single word. He only attached his with Yoongi and him like there was no tomorrow. It wasn't just a it was the promise of two broken hearts with past trauma who now wanted to become one and heal each other, not by words but by love and care. Their one hand on each other's face, so other was on Cookie, who was sleeping peacefully on Kyungi's lap. He was sold like a burden, but became someone's peace. He lost everything only to find a home in the heart of a man who once believed he didn't have one. He was sold for hair, but the hair Cookie was the one who brought two broken hearts together. No one is born as an evil. Even the coldest hearts can be melted by love. Family isn't always blood, it's the one who chooses to stay. True strength is protecting the weak even when you are broken yourself. Every scar tells a story, but healing begins with kindness. Sometimes the child you save ends up saving you. The end. Arthur's note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. It was the requested story for one shot. I hope I didn't disappoint you. We always complain that our fate isn't good, why we don't have what others have, why only we have to do hard work to get what others easily get, right? I do complaints too. I do disheartened and depressed by seeing unfair treatment. But the reality is fate never gives you what we want. It gives us what we truly needs. If you are happy, sad, disheartened, lonely, feeling left, depressed, or whatever you feel, you deserve it. Everyone is their right place. It feels unfair to us, but trust me, there must be some reason behind it. Just go with flow. I'm also trying to live with flow. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.